All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the recap. Michael D'Angelo, joined as always by my partner in crime, Mr. Big D, Daryl Ortiz. And Big D, we are on the way to Survivor Series War Games. And
Yeah.
the last, Raw and SmackDown is just, this is the sprint now of they've
Yeah.
got to line up everything. They're trying to get the War Games matches going. They're also trying to finish or get started with the Last Time Is Now tournament because we got John Cena's final wrestling date coming up, but it wasn't
Yep.
his final match because
Nope.
apparently he had a match on Monday night
Which I was a fan
impromptu.
of. And I think
Yeah.
I think I have to go back and look because I'm pretty sure I said this might happen. Because of course John Cena came out, Triple
Yeah.
H was there, John Cena came out. Triple H really put John Cena over out of respect, of course. John Cena comes out to kind of cut his promo, gets interrupted by Dom, which is awesome because Dom, it was hilarious because the crowd didn't really know what to do. Like they wanted to boo
they're
him
like,
because he
are we
like
booing or are we
interrupted,
cheering, guys?
but they're like, oh, well, we like Dom, but no, boo, he's a heel. Like again, Dom's doing phenomenal work. I'm super proud of how he's evolved to me. So him and John Cena kind of had a little back and forth going on, and then before you know it, Dom's own mouth got him in trouble because he said anytime, anywhere. Triple H made an Intercontinental Championship match for right then and there. At which point we all knew John was going to win the Intercontinental title. I think I had said before that it would be cool if he won it and then he can like pass it down. But again, I don't know. I don't remember. But I just remember thinking it and I was like, you know what, that'd be great. So yeah, that's exactly what happened.
As soon as they mentioned he's never won the IC title, which I didn't
It's
really
over.
think about, I was like, oh, he's gonna win here. And it was cool. Don't get me wrong, it was cool. It was a fun match. I was just like, well, and it was funny. Like Dom hit the frog splash, and then Cena just like no sold it and just rolled him, stood back up, and did the AA, and did the roll through, and picks up the win. Is now the Intercontinental Champion, which now turns the Time Is Now tournament into an Intercontinental Championship tournament.
Yep,
is what
with
it would
stakes
say.
on it.
It seemed, but there's some stakes in there. Yeah, it was cool, but it's a little bit of a bummer to have Dom drop the title to John Cena just for this like little interval here.
Well, it was well done because of any place to do it, Boston was the place to do it.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
you know they weren't going to boo him for picking up the title over Dom. Anywhere else,
and it was a nice moment for John.
It would have been a mixed
hometown,
reaction
because he's from West Newbury, Massachusetts, but they kept saying from Boston. So hometown crowd.
Yeah, but
I get it.
I think anywhere else it would have been a mixed reaction of cheers and boos because people like Dom as the IC champion. But I think in Boston he's gonna get put over. He's gonna be cheered, and it was a good moment. He's now finally a Grand Slam champion, which I think John's earned that, and I think that's good. It was interesting how they did it so last minute like that, but I'm glad they did because now that puts more stake into. We talked about like, oh, they're gonna have this tournament just to see who gets the. No, now it's an Intercontinental Championship, which is good because whoever wins the tournament, whoever wins the tournament is gonna win the title, and John's gonna put them over. So that's very interesting.
So who's it going to be, Big D? Go on, I know it's early because we haven't seen all the competitors yet. We have the final list, except for the one mystery opponent, which I'm assuming the last mystery opponent is going to be Joe Hendry.
Because he just got signed to WWE.
He just got signed to WWE, so I'm assuming that he's going to be the other mystery opponent on Raw. But
what were the matches again? Remind me. I forgot the matches.
Well, because Sheamus won. Sheamus advanced.
Yeah, Sheamus advanced.
And then Rusev advanced. So Sheamus and Rusev are going to go do their rubber match. You have LA Knight advanced against, as you called correctly on SmackDown, Matt Cardona out as Zack Ryder. As Zack Ryder, which got kind of a muted like reception. Everyone was like, cool. I was a little bummed by the crowd reaction because the crowd.
I know. I was excited. I got excited.
I thought it was cool. I was like, oh, right on. Hey, and I was like, man, Big D totally called this. Like he was 100% spot on, including using the old moniker. And of course, he lost to LA Knight, which was the right thing to do, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But at this point, who are you thinking? Because I'm going to say what should happen. Either LA Knight should win it, or if Joe Hendry does end up being that last competitor, Joe Hendry, like you've got to put over somebody who needs to be put. I don't think having Sheamus, because everyone keeps saying, well, Sheamus hasn't won the what a chance. I'm like, Sheamus is not a young talent as it needs to be put over. And then Javon Evans is in the tournament too.
Yeah.
Which if you really want to go with, because they keep doing that flashback to John Cena marching out against Kurt Angle when he wasn't really well known. If that's what you're going for, then Javon Evans should probably win, because
Mm,
you should be putting over somebody who obviously not a complete unknown, but it should be somebody who's just starting out their career. But I don't see them putting the Intercontinental title on Javon Evans that fast. And I feel like
yeah.
Sheamus is like, it's nice because he hasn't won the Intercontinental title, and that's the story there. But you're not putting over a young talent and letting Sheamus win. So I think they should either let LA Knight or Joe Hendry win it. But what do you think?
I'm gonna go a different route.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of take a look at the bracket real quick. So mm, just because you need John Cena to whoever he talks to is going to put over, and I don't know if he necessarily needs the rub. Maybe because he's been out for a while. Is Gunther?
Is Gunther?
It
Yeah.
would be nice to see Gunther reclaim that Intercontinental title just because of his thing, his run with it before. It was good. I would love to see LA Knight win. That would
Yeah.
be nice for LA Knight. I would love to see that, of course, just because he's very well deserving of it. I don't know. I hope it is Joe Hendry. It's a mystery opponent, because then that would shift my pick to Joe Hendry, because
Yeah.
he kind of already got the rub from Randy Orton at WrestleMania, so he kind of already got like a nice little pop there.
Yeah.
I think that was like the feeler, like the tester for Triple H to see how big of a pop Joe Hendry could get, and I think he was pleasantly surprised. That's why they signed him, because he has been officially signed to WWE, so that would be kind of nice to see.
Yeah. And he got beat relatively easy by Randy Orton, but it was like he still got his offense in.
Mhm.
And so you had that moment happen. And then you also had at the Rumble where he got eliminated by Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
But he still got a little bit of offense in. But of course, Roman Reigns got rid of. If you bring him in now, let him start winning. Because I think he's come in and he's made appearances and done well, but then got beat.
yeah.
So
I mean, something
I
tells me
let
Gunther's
him
gonna
win.
win it, and Gunther's gonna beat John, because you need a monster heel, a big heel. So it may be Bronson Reed, because Bronson
Yeah.
Reed's in the
Oh yeah,
tournament.
Bronson Reed's in the tournament too. Yeah.
So I mean, it could. I'm kind of leaning more towards a heel, so it'd probably be like either Gunther or Bronson Reed. I don't think Solo would do it. Um, I think
Yeah,
either
because
Bronson Reed or
Solo's against the
Gunther.
mystery opponent, right? So I
Yeah.
think it's going to be Solo versus Joe Hendry, and I think
Hmm.
Joe Hendry beats Solo.
Yeah,
Like I
probably.
feel like go with the face, like make it a feel good
Mhm.
moment, like make it a passing of the torch
Like a
moment versus
respect.
yeah,
Yeah,
like a respect thing, passing of the torch moment. I hope so, but I don't
we'll
know.
see.
Yeah. After this,
But
sorry, that was a big
after that,
segue
no, you're
there.
good. You're good. After that, we had Rusev versus Damian Priest. Rusev won, taking advantage of the damaged eye by raking the eyes. Nothing special there, just a straight victory by Rusev,
Yeah, and
which of
Rusev
course,
advances in the tournament because that was part of the Time Is Now tournament.
exactly. Then we had Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Um, Fought off the Vision and Logan Paul, because the Vision came out to kind of talk about what they did, and then more on that later. I'm not going to really touch too much on that just yet, because we had something else happen later.
Yeah.
After that, we had Stephanie Vaquer versus Raquel. Stephanie
Again, where
won.
Big D was right.
Yeah,
Again, he called it last week
Nikki
early.
Bella was there, and surprise, heel turn by Nikki Bella.
What a surprise.
takes out Stephanie Vaquer, holds up the title. Again, the jealousy there. I knew something like that was going to happen.
Well,
I mean,
you called it. I was like, man, this aged like a fine wine from like 1 week to the next because you called it last week. It looked like, yeah, they'll probably do that because they've already been hinting. They didn't hold that one for very long. They immediately,
I thought that was
very
going to be done
little
like at
build up.
Survivor Series or something. Like maybe they do like
Yeah,
a tag
build
team
it for a
together or
little bit more
something.
time because they tend
But
to
hey,
kind of
it's
hint
fine.
at stuff. But they just went right for it, and it's now going
I'm
to be
cool
Stephanie
with it.
Vaquer versus Nikki Bella.
Yep. After that, we had Sheamus and Shinsuke Nakamura, and the next time tournament, we talked about Sheamus. Sheamus won, hit that bro kick out of nowhere to win. There was actually a really nice match because, of course, it's Shinsuke doing his King of Strong style, back to his original way of wrestling, which I love so much. I thought was great. After that, we did have Kabuki Warriors versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss to win the women's tag team championships. I thought it was funny how
Yeah,
Charlotte get locked in Walls of Jericho, the original Walls of Jericho, like the Lion
Jericho.
Tamer, I
Yeah,
should say, the original Lion Tamer, and they're calling it a Boston Crab in Boston. I'm like, that's not a Boston Crab, man.
yeah. It's like
That that's
that's the Lion
that's the
Tamer.
wall. That's the walls,
Walls of
or that's
Jericho. Yeah.
yeah, the Lion Tamer. Like, come on, that was it was nice to see. But yeah, they put up a good fight. Lots of wardrobe malfunctions in this one. You had Charlotte and Nia Jax, both kind of had a little issue. Well, that was actually SmackDown. Sorry about that.
Yeah, SmackDown.
I got ahead of myself. But you did have lots of back and forth between them. It was a decent match, but of course the Kabuki Warriors proved too much. They did the post-match beatdown in which Io Sky and Rhea Ripley came out for the assist.
Yeah.
And
big
that's
brawl, big
because you had
brouhaha.
Nia Jackson, Lash Legend there as well to interfere, but I mean, it was just kind of a convoluted mess, and you can hear Rhea Ripley scream "War Games" at the end of it. So that's going to be your women's War Games match.
Like very thrown together. Like this,
Yeah.
this is where it was. She just blurted out "War Games," and then you had kind of the official War Games announcement on Raw as well afterwards, where you've got, at this point it was CM Punk, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes on one team, and then you've got Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and Logan Paul on the other. So each team requires 2 more members. Is what the setup was for this. So they were just kind of throwing stuff together.
And for the women's, they only need 1 more or so we thought. So we'll talk about that here on SmackDown.
Yeah, because
good segue on SmackDown.
Good segue, because open up on SmackDown. So we thought it was Io Sky, Rhea Ripley coming down, and they invited Charlotte and Alexa out, and Alexa cut a good promo, and then Charlotte was just like, "Hey, I can't do this. Like, I don't like you, Rhea Ripley. I don't trust you. We have too much history," which this totally makes sense. I always hate the fact that when they do War Games matches, it's like everybody just buries a hatchet, and it's like, well, we're all on the same team. Who cares anymore?
It's cool. We get along.
Yeah,
whatever.
We're good. We'll get along this one match. And this actually made perfect sense. So Charlotte just took off. So now they're down 2. I think they're down 2 on the Faces team. And then you had the heel team with Lash Legend, Nia Jax, and the Kabuki Warriors just kind of beating down team faces throughout the night. It's kind of how this went. They got a couple of weeks to get their last 2 members, which I'm curious who those are going to be. I can't imagine Jade Cargill joining any of these teams. Or I can't imagine her joining the heel team with Nia Jax, because they feel like there's just so much history there too. So I'm not quite sure where they're going to go with this.
Unless you get Nikki Bella to join the heels group, because they need 1 more. And you get Stephanie to join the face group.
Yeah, you could do that. Face group, and then,
or you get the tag team of Bayley and
like Lyra Valkyria. We'll see, but they've got a little bit of time to figure this out. We jump back into last time is now tournament. Jey Uso versus The Miz. Whoever wins this one is definitely not going to win. Jey Uso advanced, beat The Miz. It was fine. There was a nice moment where The Miz hit the 5 moves of doom on Jey, which also kind of sealed his fate, as he wasn't going to win. Like, that was his tribute to John Cena.
Yeah, he kind of wanted to pay homage to John Cena. So that was
John Cena, and it was what it was. Jey Uso advances. You have the U.S. Open Challenge, United States Championship Open Challenge. I always want to say U.S. Open because of the U.S. Open. Ilya Dragunov versus Axiom. Good match. Of course, Ilya Dragunov retained. We'll move on from there to Sami Zayn came out to cut a promo on the MFTs, and then Sami got surrounded by Solo and crew, but then got help from the makeshift group of Shinsuke Nakamura, Rey Fenix, and the Motor City Machine Guns, who helped even the odds. Faces kind of stood tall at the end. They're building towards, this is going to be like the pre-Survivor Series match, right? Where it's like team versus team. Because I want to say Nick Aldis. Yeah, Nick Aldis mentioned that they're going to do a traditional style Survivor Series match with these 2 teams. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. What happened to the Wyatt Six? Like, I thought the Wyatt Six were going to do this. And then you just
you did have Uncle Howdy behind the scenes in the backstage interview.
Because when he announced that, and then they had the thing flash up and Uncle Howdy standing back there. So I'm like, I guess they're going to crash that traditional match. Or are they going to make it like a 3-team match? Like, they're going to do something
full ring. Good Lord.
That'd be too many people. But they got
who knows?
They got a little bit of time to figure it out. But that's
quadruple War Games. No, I'm just kidding.
Might as well. It's like, do something crazy. Why not?
What was that match at WCW? Was it War Games? No, it wasn't War Games. What was the one that they stacked the rings on top of each other?
I know where they stack it. It was like the towers of where it's like the 3 rings around each other.
I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
If y'all remember, put it in the comments. Yeah,
put it in the comments. Jinx, put it in the comments. And then you had last time is now match LA Knight versus the mystery opponent, as Big D accurately predicted to be Zack Ryder as Zack Ryder. As I said earlier, I was bummed by the crowd reaction because it didn't get much. But I was really happy to see Matt Cardona back. The match itself was good. LA Knight thankfully advanced in this one, because if they had him lose to a returning Zack Ryder, that would have been heartbreaking for me.
Yeah.
I will say this one felt like I was watching the battle of two guys who managed to get themselves over despite the WWE's best efforts to stop it. So it was very surreal watching them wrestle each other.
Yeah.
Because I feel like their careers have kind of mirrored to a certain degree, and they even kind of look similar, like similar
Yeah, they
look,
do.
similar ring gear when you see them actually competing, kind of
Similar
similar
build.
move sets,
Yeah.
similar builds. So it was like, wow, this is the example of what WWE has decided they do not want. So there was an irony there that they were competing, but LA Knight thankfully did advance.
Yeah, I like this match a lot. I like Zack Ryder coming out as Zack Ryder. I know a lot of people online were kind of upset about it. They're like, they've already had him as Matt Cardona on NXT. I'm like, yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
Let him come out as Zack Ryder for this one. Because it's funny, because I saw an interview a long time ago with him and Chris Van Vliet about, what if Vince wants you to do or Triple H wants you to do a Rumble return as Zack Ryder. He's like, I have the ring gear. He's like, I'm always ready to do it. That's what kind of made me think like, oh, that'd be cool if he came out as Zack Ryder just for the hell of it. And it was cool. I like it. He hit the Broski boot, he hit the Rough Rider. He did his big hits.
He did his thing. It was fun.
Michael Cole is putting him over on commentary. They even referred to him as King of the Indies, which is his Matt Cardona persona, which is good, which is insinuating that we'll see him. Have patience, guys. We will see him as Matt Cardona in the WWE main roster. I know we will. But for now, hey,
and he looked great. Physically, he looked great.
Oh, he's in phenomenal.
Terrific shape. He's done real well. Obviously, he's had an incredibly successful career on the Indies. So they
talked about all his death matches and everything, which I'm like, they're putting him over, guys. Like, just be patient. We'll get Matt Cardona soon enough. I know.
Yeah, you'll get the full treatment, and we'll see how long
it
lasts.
How cool would it be? I think they're doing the backstage interview. I don't know. I didn't hear it, but I don't know if he said it or something. But imagine LA Knight and Zack Ryder as a tag team. You'll have the Night Riders.
The Night Riders. That would be cool, actually. As long as they do something with him. Although, please let LA Knight win the Intercontinental Championship. Please let him win this tournament. If not, we could do the Night Riders. After this, we had Jade Cargill versus BFAB, and what we said last week should be a squash match, and thankfully it pretty much was. You had BFAB get a little bit of offense at the beginning, and then
it was more Jade just toying with her.
Yeah, Jade kind of toyed with her, hit a few power bombs, looked a little sloppy on some of the power bomb drops, though. I will say, like, it didn't look
hard to tell whose fault that was.
Yeah, I feel like maybe it was BFAB's fault a little bit, but it wasn't competitive, short and sweet. It was very quick because as we were getting to the end, I forgot that they had a match, and I was like, oh, main event's next, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, we've got one more match before the main event,
like 10 minutes,
because it was like boom, 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 didn't take very long.
But this is how it should have been. This is how we talked about this. This is how it should have been. I'm happy with the way they did it. We're good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
What I wasn't happy with, main event time, Cody Rhodes versus Bronson Reed for the WWE Championship ended in a disqualification again. Like, how many times are they going to end DQ main events on SmackDown? It seems like they do it every single week. Here it happened again, obviously with lots of interference from Braun Breaker and Logan Paul and people getting involved in the matches, which eventually got the referee to call for the bell. You had the big, blow apart brawl, people running down. Jimmy Uso had already earlier in the night joined Team Cody, I believe, at this point. So he was already part of the group. So everyone came down. The big surprise here was Drew McIntyre coming down and joining the Vision, and Nick Aldis going, hey, he's suspended. And then Paul Heyman basically saying that, no, there's a loophole. I can sign anyone, even if there's. I was like, that's not a thing. You can't. There's no match.
That is such the Paul Heyman thing to do, and I love it.
Well, but I'm thinking, wow, like let's stop having Drew McIntyre get suspended if his suspensions just get lifted or overruled immediately. So Drew McIntyre is joining the War Game team. You've got Jimmy joining the Faces as well. So one spot left on each War Games roster, which I think the obvious money is Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Those are your final two people because you need one for each team.
Yeah, Brock's going to be the fifth.
Brock will be the fifth for Team Vision. Roman Reigns will be the fifth for, I guess it's Team Rhodes.
Yeah.
What we'll call it at this point. And that'll probably get announced on Monday because they're going to be doing the Fast and Furious stuff because this is John Cena's final Raw, right? This Monday?
Yes.
Yes, he's going to make his last appearance on Raw.
That one's the one at Madison Square Garden, right?
Yeah, that's the MSG one.
Then
because it's at Madison Square Garden, that's why I'm sure you'll see Lesnar, and I'm sure we'll see Roman Reigns. And that's going to round out the teams. It's probably most likely what's going to happen. I'm not going to say probably. I'm going to say it's going to happen because somebody in the comments before was like, you can't say probably because then you're saying if it doesn't happen. I was like, no, if I say it's probably going to happen, that's what my prediction is. So prediction, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are going to join the other team so that there's no ambiguity.
I got a better team name. Not Team Cody, not Team Rhodes. Dream Team.
Dream Team. Oh, there you go. The Dream Team. You gotta work on that corporate synergy. Love it. Absolutely love it. The Dream Team versus the Vision Dream. Shall be glorious.
Team Nightmare. Nightmare Factory. They're gonna bring back. It's gonna be.
There you go.
Swerve all of us, and it's gonna be Cody's brother.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Dustin. Like, yeah, no Roman Reigns. Dustin Rhodes comes walking out. That would be awesome. But yeah, that was it. So a lot of stuff happened to ramp up to War Games, and we should expect a pretty eventful, I think, Raw and SmackDown this week.
Raw's going to be very eventful because it's at Madison Square Garden, so it's going to be a big one. Hopefully, they have a lot of good stuff. I'm excited to see what they do to build up the next tournament. I'm curious to see the mystery opponent. Again, we think it might be Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry, come on, Joe Hendry. Got to say his name and he appears. So Joe Hendry, prediction, Joe Hendry will be the mystery opponent against Solo. And that's what we got this week, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments, whether you agree, disagree, just want to talk about wrestling. We always love to hear from you. And that's what we got this week. So till next time, I've been Michael D'Angelo. He's been Big D Daryl Ortiz. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you soon.